Hi there. Thank you for joining me for this brief discussion of ed tech websites for secondary educators and their students. This is being presented as a part of my Education 639 course at Liberty University, but I hope you will find it useful for application in your classroom. So we are going to do an analysis and critique of Khan Academy, AP Classroom, and Common Sense Education. First up is Khan Academy, which I will give you an overview of here. It is a website that many teachers do use, but I don't think we necessarily always use it to our full potential. If you set up a teacher account and you choose the courses that you teach, especially if you're an AP teacher, the modules are linked closely to what students would see when they're preparing for the AP test, and you can set up individual classes so that you can monitor progress of your students. Within each module, there are video lessons, and then at the end of the lessons, there are practice AP questions. Students can self-quiz. There are unit tests. And so it's structured in a very logical order, and they have beefed up Khan Academy to include these features so you can manage your classroom and allow students to do some self-tests, things of that nature. Also, another great thing about Khan Academy is you can link it to Google Classroom. So if, let's pause that. So within I can just copy a link and do it that way, or I can assign the lessons as a part of my Google Classroom so that it shows up as an assignment with a point value. Also, the students can pace themselves and earn points within Khan Academy. So this is a site that's used by a lot of teachers. Also, schools can adapt this for ACT and SAT prep. There are lessons and modules specifically targeting helping students with that. So the pros of Khan Academy include, first of all, it's free. They do have topics organized by your typical AP classes and modules. It's compatible with Google Classroom, as I said. They have AP-style review questions, and you may choose to assign specific videos, or you can set up a classroom and do it in a more structured manner. Now, some of the cons of Khan Academy, are that it may be considered a bit dry at times. It is basically the digital whiteboard with Saul Khan speaking. And so for some students, that may not be the most engaging application. I like to use Khan Academy as support and enrichment. So I include Khan Academy videos in my resources that students have for each unit of study, so that if they want some extra, they can go in and do that, or if they're reviewing for a test. But then if I think it's a specifically difficult area, I will assign specific videos. It does only provide one delivery method. As I said, the digital whiteboard and Khan talking, and there's a lower level of interaction with this ed tech website. Some of the things, though, I would encourage you to check out are the teacher resources and tutorials. So they do have a lot of great tutorials to show you how to set it up so that if you get it set up on the front end, it works best for you. And then also, even if you are not teaching an AP class, if you want to help your students as they prepare for the SAT or ACT, there's a lot of great information on Khan Academy's site. The next site I'd like to look at is AP Classroom. Now, AP Classroom is sponsored by the College Board. I already have it logged in here. And it is a branch of the College Board website. So if I go take a look at one of the courses that I teach, AP Microeconomics, let's do that later. There are tons of tutorials. I can set up a specific course. Each of my students join the AP Classroom. It helps them get registered for the test, but also there are daily videos that they provide. There's a pacing guide. They provide all kinds of videos, and then they have specific questions for each topic that will be covered by the AP test, daily videos, and then again, like I said, questions. They have a unit guide. There's a question bank. They have progress checks that are already set up for each unit of study. Lots of helpful hints too. For each unit of study, and then I can assign those to my students. And then once those are complete, I can go in and take a look at how they've done. This is the actual quiz questions, and it provides feedback here with the answers. The results, I don't want to give too much information, but if I click on this, I don't want to disclose my student names, but if I click on this, I can see how well each question was received by the students. I can see overall for each question how many students got it right, how many students got it wrong, or I can look at specific students to see their performance levels. So then there's just a big question bank. If I want to create my own quizzes or reviews, I can build a quiz and I can pick the, well, excuse me, I gotta go back here. The topic, the unit and topic. Do I want multiple choice questions? Assessment purpose. There's tons of stuff to help me filter through all the questions they have in their question bank. So that's AP Classroom. It's very, very helpful if you're an AP teacher. I think some AP teachers kind of maybe don't fully use it because they already have their system worked out. But especially in light of the year that we've had with all of the digital and remote learning, AP Classroom is a wonderful tool. So again, it's free. It has the built-in test bank. It also has lock mode that's available for assessments. So if I set up assessments within AP Classroom, I can make it so that students can only see that website, and that's the only browser tab that will be open while they're testing. Now, with high school kids, of course, that doesn't mean that if they're working remotely, they aren't going to have another laptop set up or a cell phone set up. So you still have to be aware of that. But through the lock mode, or even if I don't use lock mode, I can put timers on the tests. I can have a specific window so that they don't have as much time to do searches and things like that for answers. So I really like that. They do have the daily content videos, which are great, and they have course guides for pacing. Now, the biggest con I have for this is you have to have a College Board professional account to use it. That doesn't seem like a big deal, but you have to be teaching an AP class. So it's kind of a perk of teaching the AP classes. But again, I don't think all AP teachers are using it to their full ability. And on a personal level, I've had more than one student say that they felt like the navigation of the website was a bit cumbersome. Like I've had students email me freaking out, like, I can't find the quiz. Where is it? You know, that kind of thing. So that was on the initial end of getting started. So in retrospect, if you do a good review video with them to show them how to use AP Classroom, I would recommend that. And I would also recommend, doing a practice quiz in class to make sure everybody knows where to access things like that. So if you are an AP teacher and you haven't set up your account, I highly encourage you to do so and check out the teacher resources and tutorials. Check out the SAT prep. Every student can set up an account with College Board and use the prep. And then I have links here in my presentation to the student guide to the AP Classroom and then a teaching and learning guide to the AP Classroom, which is really very nice. It gives teachers a good overview of how to get started with the tools, and same thing for students. So those are hopefully a couple of helpful resources for you. We'll see if this can load for us just so you can take a look. So it gives you, how to get set up, what you need to do, the codes to join the classes, everything. So that's AP Classroom. Next, in light of this school year in particular, I know that we've all been concerned with digital citizenship. Our students are spending more time online than ever, not only in their personal lives, but for school. And, as we think about Siemens' theory of connectivism and the importance of students be able to access information, we also want to teach them to be safe while they're accessing that information. So, Common Sense Education is a wonderful resource. Let me go. Here we go. Yes, I'm already logged in. So, there are lots of good things on this website. They have EdTech reviews for teachers so that you can do a review of a tool that you're considering using. You can look here for tools. You can refine your search based on what you teach and how much you're willing to pay and what kind of platform you're looking for. But the thing that I want to focus on is the digital citizenship piece of Common Sense Ed. So, well, let's do it this way. So there are free lessons. Those lessons are broken down by age group. So for secondary teachers, you will go here obviously to the 9th through 12th. And then you can see they do have very relevant topics, but I really like the fact that they have them broken down by age, because every secondary teacher knows 9th grade students are at one level of discussion, and then your 12th grade students may be dealing with different considerations for their digital footprint. When we get to the 11th and 12th grade, we're really talking about, the job market and using their digital footprint to put their best foot forward for college and scholarship applications. We can start that discussion in 9th grade, but I like that they do have these lessons graduated by age. So that's Common Sense Education. It's free as well. I do like that it has the EdTech reviews and the digital citizenship resources. There are also resources for parents, which I think is great. It was a great tool to reference for parents if they want to check out what their students are using online. The main con that I see, the main critique that I have is there's a lot of information on the site. It could be a bit overwhelming if you don't know what you're looking for. Like if you just go on the site to browse, you might feel overwhelmed. There are lots of blogs with lots of opinions and reviews, but then there's also some really good tools, but you may take some time unless you say, I'm specifically want to do a review of this math tool. Okay, that's going to be pretty easy. But if you're just browsing, looking for things you might want to add to your classroom toolkit, you may feel a little overwhelmed by it. So I have a link here for the digital citizenship lessons, and I also encourage you to check out those EdTech reviews. So here are a list of my references of the sources that were mentioned in this lesson, and I want to thank you for taking time to listen to my presentation, and please feel free to reach out to me at my school email address if you have any questions.